A shocking new report from the Houston Chronicle came out this week explaining that there's only roughly a dozen out of the 143 Republican candidates running for office in the state of Texas. Only 13 of them, a baker's dozen if you will, believes that Joe Biden was the legitimate winner of the 2020 election. So more than 90% of the people running for office in Texas under the Republican banner, over 90% of them have expressed doubt openly about the legitimacy of the 2020 election. Now, of course, we have no way of knowing whether or not these Republican candidates who are running for both state, local, and of course federal offices as well. This is not just one or the other, it's all of them. We have no way of knowing if they're sincere in their beliefs, right? And that's where things do get a little bit more murky. Are they saying the election was stolen because they genuinely believe that based on all the false information they've been fed? Or are they saying that to appeal to the crazies in Texas, right? But that distinction honestly doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If they're out there saying these things publicly, which again, 143 of them have, then they believe it. And that's enough. Believe it or not, one of the few people running for office that does not believe this in Texas and has now earned himself a Republican challenger for it is Dan Crenshaw. Right? Dan Crenshaw has been a darling of the MAGA movement, right? He's hugely popular, way beyond his extremely gerrymandered district, which is the only reason he's in office to begin with, by the way. So, he's got himself a Republican challenger because he said you'd have to be absolutely delusional to think that the 2020 election was illegitimate. But again, doesn't really matter. Even if Crenshaw says, no, it wasn't stolen, 143 other candidates in that state are saying, yes, it was. Or they're saying there was enough voter fraud to maybe turn the election, or saying outright that, nope, didn't happen, Joe Biden's not really the president. This is how extreme the Republican Party has become today. In order to be successful, you have to openly deny reality. We have had audits all over this country, and every single time they've found that, hey, there's no fraud. Or if they do find one or two cases of fraud, obviously it's not enough to overturn the actual election results. But if you want to be loyal, if you want to maybe get your hands on some of that Trump money, you've got to go out there and be the craziest, most extreme version of yourself that you could ever imagine. Because that's all that sells now. That's all the party cares about. And unfortunately, that's all the voters seem to want to basically endorse at this point. You have to be a denier in order to consider yourself a true believer in the Trump cult. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.